Hello, I'm Hope Logan. I am an actor on Bold and the Beautiful, and many people really love both me and our Bold and the Beautiful drama. So I've come here to share updates about my beloved Bold and the Beautiful. Everyone, please subscribe and support me. If you do, I will keep coming every day with new updates for you. Leaked videos have recently surfaced, pulling viewers straight into a whirlwind of tension surrounding Hope Logan Spencer as she finds herself caught in more than one uncomfortable situation. Behind the scenes, Hope is quietly pushing forward with preparations for the debut of her new Logan line, a project that carries both ambition and pressure as she tries to bring her creative vision to life. Katie Logan Spencer has taken a bold step by hiring Hope, alongside Deke Sharp, trusting them to shape and deliver something truly remarkable when the collection is finally revealed. Together, Hope and Deke are deeply focused on bringing these designs to perfection, hoping their work will speak louder than any doubts surrounding them. Yet as the silence around the Logan line continues, the mystery only fuels curiosity within the Forrester world, making it impossible for suspicion not to grow. The longer the Forresters remain unaware of who is behind Katie's upcoming collection, the more determined they become to uncover the truth, setting the stage for unexpected visits and rising tension at every turn. That tension soon explodes into action when Katie begins receiving curious visitors, each one unknowingly tightening the pressure around Hope's secret involvement. In one leaked scene, Hope is forced into hiding behind a changing screen as Steffy Forrester Finnegan arrives and begins intensely questioning Katie about the entire situation. Steffy, sharp and skeptical, interrogates Katie's claims that nothing underhanded is happening, pressing harder as she questions why so much secrecy is necessary in the first place. Every word from Steffy carries suspicion, as she refuses to accept vague answers and demands clarity about the hidden designer behind the Logan line. What Steffy does not realize is that Hope is just steps away, silently listening to every word while concealed from view, her heart racing as the conversation inches closer to exposure. Even more dangerously, Steffy has no idea that Hope is not only involved but actively part of the Logan team alongside Deke, making the risk of discovery even more intense with every passing second. The pressure escalates further when Brooke Logan Forrester arrives in another leaked scene, bringing an entirely different kind of confrontation that forces Hope back into hiding once again. Brooke wastes no time asserting herself, insisting that she is willing to search every corner of the Logan offices if necessary to uncover the identity of the mysterious designer. Her determination is fierce and unwavering, turning the atmosphere into one charged with urgency and emotional stakes. While Katie attempts to calm the situation, she strategically distracts Brooke by promising a big reveal in due time, hoping to buy just enough space to keep the secret intact. In that brief window, Hope carefully slips away, narrowly avoiding exposure as Brooke's suspicions continue to rise and her impatience grows stronger. Although Katie assures Brooke that the truth will be shared at the upcoming event, Brooke refuses to accept delays, demanding answers immediately and refusing to be kept in the dark any longer. Hope, who already knew this contract would come with complications and emotional risk, now finds herself navigating an even more fragile situation than she ever expected, juggling the growing questions about her supposed Forrester hiatus while trying to avoid suspicion at every turn. With close calls stacking up and both Steffy and Brooke circling dangerously close to the truth, Hope's path forward becomes increasingly uncertain, setting the stage for even more intense confrontations ahead. As the pressure inside the Logan world continues to intensify, Hope finds herself slipping deeper into a situation where every hallway, every conversation, and every unexpected visit could unravel everything she is trying to protect. What was once an exciting opportunity to build something meaningful with the new Logan line is now turning into a delicate balancing act filled with near misses and rising anxiety. The secret surrounding her role with Deke Sharp becomes harder to shield with each passing moment, especially as curiosity from the Forrester side grows sharper and more relentless. Every new interaction at Katie's office feels like a potential trap waiting to snap shut, forcing Hope to stay constantly alert and ready to disappear at a second's notice. Even Katie's carefully planned reassurances are beginning to feel like fragile barriers against a tide of suspicion that refuses to slow down. In this increasingly fragile environment, Hope realizes that the longer the truth remains hidden, the more dangerous every encounter becomes, turning simple conversations into high-stakes moments of survival. This escalating tension reaches its peak in the way Hope must continuously navigate between hiding and revealing, always just one step away from being discovered by the very people closest to her world. Each close call with Steffy Forrester Finnegan and Brooke Logan Forrester adds another layer of emotional strain as both women unknowingly circle closer to exposing the secret that could change everything. What makes the situation even more intense is the emotional weight behind it all, as Hope is not simply hiding a project, but protecting a vision she believes in, while trying to avoid conflict that could fracture relationships even further. In the world of the bold and the beautiful, these kinds of secrets rarely stay buried for long, and the growing pressure suggests that Hope's carefully guarded plan is approaching a breaking point. With every passing moment, the risk of exposure grows stronger, and the emotional stakes climb higher, leaving viewers on edge as they anticipate who will uncover the truth first and what consequences will follow when the secret finally comes to light. The tension tightens further as Hope's world begins to feel less like a creative breakthrough and more like a carefully constructed trap that could collapse at any moment. Every time she steps into Katie's space, she is forced to calculate her movements, timing her exits with almost painful precision, as if even a misplaced sound could expose everything. The Logan line, once a symbol of excitement and independence, now carries the weight of secrecy that presses down on her with every passing hour. Meanwhile, Katie tries to hold the fragile balance together, but even her confidence begins to waver as unexpected visitors continue to appear without warning. Hope can feel the walls closing in as the possibility of discovery grows stronger, especially with Steffy's suspicions still lingering and Brooke's determination far from satisfied. What once felt like an opportunity to prove herself is now becoming a test of endurance, patience, and emotional control under constant threat of exposure. And yet, despite the danger, there is no turning back now, because the Logan line is already set in motion and the truth is too close to completion to simply abandon. Hope understands that one wrong moment could shatter everything, not just the project, but the trust and fragile alliances surrounding it. The closer the reveal approaches, the more intense the atmosphere becomes, as if the entire situation is building toward an inevitable confrontation that cannot be avoided. In this high-pressure storm of secrets and suspicion, Hope is forced to rely on timing, luck, and silence to survive each encounter. But with every passing second, it becomes clearer that luck alone may not be enough. In the world of the bold and the beautiful, secrets like this never stay hidden forever, and the moment of truth now feels less like a possibility and more like an approaching storm ready to break. The pressure surrounding Hope continues to mount as each passing moment drags her closer to the edge of exposure, and what once felt manageable now begins to feel unavoidable. The secrecy that once gave the Logan line its mystery is now the very thing tightening around Hope like a slow, suffocating current. Every hallway outside Katie's office feels heavier, as if even the air itself is carrying suspicion. Hope starts to understand that hiding is no longer just a temporary strategy, but a constant state of survival that demands perfect timing and flawless composure. One small misstep, one unexpected interruption, could send everything crashing down in an instant. And as the walls of secrecy grow thinner, the sense of inevitability becomes impossible to ignore. At the same time, the emotional strain of living between truth and deception begins to weigh more deeply on Hope than ever before. She is not only protecting her involvement in the Logan line, but also carrying the burden of knowing how fragile everything would become if the truth surfaced too soon. Katie's efforts to maintain control over the situation feel increasingly like trying to hold back a rising tide with nothing but determination. Even the smallest visit from the Foresters now feels like a storm warning, each one bringing its own risk of discovery and confrontation. The careful balance Hope has been maintaining begins to show cracks, not because of failure, but because the situation itself is becoming impossible to fully control. In this space of growing tension, every second feels stretched, as if time itself is waiting for the moment everything finally breaks. And yet, even in this mounting chaos, the Logan line continues moving toward its inevitable reveal, drawing all the hidden threads closer together. Hope can sense that the final moment is approaching, where secrecy will no longer be possible and every hidden decision will come into the light. In the world of the bold and the beautiful, revelations like these never arrive gently. They crash in with consequences that reshape relationships, loyalties, and trust in an instant. The anticipation surrounding the upcoming event grows heavier, as if everyone involved is unknowingly standing at the edge of a turning point. Hope's journey, once driven by ambition and creativity, now stands on the brink of confrontation and exposure. And as the silence stretches thinner and thinner, it becomes clear that the truth is no longer something that can be delayed. It is something waiting just around the corner, ready to change everything the moment it steps into the light.